From nothing Arizona to nowhere Oklahoma, welcome and welcome back, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host Galadon, and in today's episode, I will reveal to you my secret to finishing #1. That's right, I finished #1 in Legend League this season. It was not easy to do, but it was done very carefully, calculating every single attack and defense for the entire season, and it will all be revealed to you in today's episode. So, if you enjoy content like this, please do consider subscribing to the channel, because possibly if enough of you do, we can start to outpace the 10-year-old YouTube accounts that seem to be deleted every single day, and that is the reason the sub numbers are not growing more quickly. Just being honest with you guys, I get new subscribers every day, but the old accounts that are being deleted by YouTube, they make the numbers go down net. So we're trying to get there. I just wanted to fill you guys in on that. And we're hoping at some point to turn things around, just like we turned around this Legend League season. We started out slowly. In fact, for the first several weeks, we only hovered right around 5,000 trophies. But then how, Galadon, is it possible, you ask? Did you finish #1? Well, I'm going to show you with my beautiful, flawlessly executed Queen Charge hybrid, that's Hog Rider and Miner attacks. You can watch these, be amazed, and know that, well, okay, let's be honest, pretty much any player can pull off one of these Queen Charge hybrid attacks. They are not that difficult. You can copy the army right off the screen, and the execution is generally the same. If possible, the Archer Queen tries to charge and go take out the Town Hall. If not, she's simply going to funnel one side of the base. The Barbarian King and the Siege Barracks will funnel another, and the Miners and the Hogs are going to roll right down the center. Again, if we can avoid it, they don't go after the Town Hall. If they have to, though, we go ahead and push through that Town Hall and hope that our heal spells, our Warden ability, and our Rage spells, that's right, spell timing and placement, are enough to overcome the base. Now, I did not see a ton of 3 stars, especially later in the season. Up around 5,600 trophies and beyond, we see a lot of maxed out or nearly maxed out defensively bases. Obviously, the game recently had a rebalancing, and I will tell you that thanks to said rebalancing and the new level of the Hog Rider, we seem to have picked up an additional momentum towards higher trophies, and that's part of the reason that I was able to finish #1. Another big part was, of course, the Southern Teaser base. If you are a fan of the channel, no doubt you recently saw the Southern Teaser in Legend League video. If you missed it, then I could try to remember to link it here so you can go check it out. Here we watch another one of my amazing attacks, this time against an extremely annoying ring base. These bases are one of my arch nemesis. I really dislike these bases, and because this is a trademark Galadon Queen Charge hybrid, we just kind of wait and see how the attack goes before we decide how the rest of the attack is going to go. Meaning, I don't know which way the queen's gonna go. Come on, I'm just kind of hoping and praying that she generally heads after the Town Hall, and at the very least, she goes down the middle and doesn't get annihilated right away by things like Single Target Internos and the Monolith. So far, this attack seems to be working out pretty well. We've lured out the clan castle. The Archer Queen is going down towards the core. She is going to defeat that single target, and then here comes on the left-hand side the King and the Siege Barracks. So you know what's going to happen, right? Somewhere between the far left and the top of the base, you're going to see the Hogs and the Miners come in, and we're going to hope and pray that everybody somehow goes after the Town Hall, or maybe the Archer Queen does because the Hogs and Miners funnel her and she goes off to the right. Yeah, I never know, really, what's going to happen. And I know right now you're asking yourself, wait a minute, Galadon, you sound like an attacker that's flying by the seat of your pants that barely knows what you were doing. How did you finish #1? And I have to remind you, stay calm, have a little bit more patience, and I promise to show you the results, and they are astounding in just a couple of minutes. So again, somehow, I'm not even sure how, why, where, when, what, the Town Hall goes down, and some of the units are able to survive the poison and everything else in the core, move on out towards the right-hand side of the base, and even though it didn't look that promising from here on out, I mean, we still have a third of the base to destroy, somehow we're going to get the job done. And I will tell you, this is definitely something I've seen Tribe Gaming using, and that is a clutch royal champion. The royal champion gets so much value late in attacks that oftentimes Tribe doesn't even deploy their champion until the final stages of the attack so that she can clear out those last defenses and clutch out the victory. I personally love to pair my Phoenix with my royal champion because together they are what I call 2-star insurance. Meaning if you delay the drop of your royal champion just a little bit during attacks where you're unsure that you're going to take the town hall down, oftentimes she can roll in by herself, no spells necessary, and single-handedly take down a town hall with the help of the Phoenix. Here we got the job done without needing that extra crutch, and we moved on to yet another base to annihilate. So again, I have to admit to you that in the last, say, 2 days of Legend League attacking, as we reached our highest trophy level ever post Operation Blue Skies, I did not get any 3 stars. And I realized that in order to be a true global pro leader, you need to be tripling almost every single base. I didn't, but that's okay. Again, I'm still pleased with my #1 spot, and I'll take it. We'll walk away, and we will not try this again in the future. No, I'm fine. Again, remember, Legend League is pointless, folks. I'm sorry. There's really only one reason to be in Legend League for the average player, and that is to avoid losing loot to attacks. Beyond that, it's useless. And I have put out so many videos protesting the useless nature of Legend League trophies that I'm blue in the face with it. And I'm exasperated. I give up. I can no longer beg the Clash team to make something useful out of all of these Legend League trophies that are accumulating on so many thousands of players' profile screens. I will show you that in just a moment. And again, I keep my fingers crossed, and a very small, tiny, minuscule part of the reason that I push for that last week each season is in hopes that someday, some way, there will be a Legend League medal shop and we will have lots of currency to spend. A guy can hope, right? A player can dream, and perhaps that is all it is a pipe dream. But okay, so let's finish this attack, as again, if you're watching these replays, you see that the strategy is extremely basic. It is rudimentary. There is not a lot to it. The only part that really kind of makes a big difference, I would say, is the spell timing and placement in the core. When you have those units rolling through, you need to make sure that you're dropping the heals in the right areas, and it can most certainly make the difference between a 1-star and a 3 if you get those heals and the Warden ability timed so that your Hog Riders survive until late in the battle, like you see right here. Again, it's looking pretty good, and yes, we do love the single target Inferno because obviously we can overrun it with our Hog Riders, or in this case, that's right, we were just talking about the Clutch Royal Champion. There she goes with her Phoenix companion taking out the final defenses. Okay, fine. She didn't take them out, but she got most of them. In fact, I would say without that Royal Champion's Phoenix, would we have 3-starred this base? Would this P.E.K.K.A. have ever escaped the walls and seen daylight again? We will never know. But you know what we do know? We do know that Galadon clutched out 3-star after 3-star and managed to finish #1. So this being the last attack of today's episode, let's go ahead and show you that proof right there. #1. You saw it in the thumbnail. It is true. I was #1 in my league. Fine. League. 835th in the US. Not even ranked globally. Yeah, it is what it is. But hey, no, it was fun. And it was actually cool that I finished #1 in my own little league. Often, like I say, I am the best Clash of Clans player in my entire house. It's true. So, congratulations to use code Galadon for making it to Champion 1 in raid weekends, and there Galadon got beaten by some other punk in Capital Gold looted. But there's the screen we are looking for, earning 651 legend trophies and hoping that these actually do something someday. Check it out right over here in my profile. I now have 24,461 Legend League trophies. That and $1 will buy you a bottle of soda, or something like that my grandfather used to say. Thank you, Galafam, for sticking around all the way to the end of the episode. You know I love thinking about it. I appreciate every single one of you every single day. So now get out there, make the best of the rest of your day, week, month, and year. Be kind to other people. I almost end the planet, and I hope to see every last one of you back here again tomorrow for more Full Attacks. You didn't understand any of that, did you? Galadon, congratulations, but I'd argue with the best player in the house thing, just saying.